So if you registered on Upwork or you're planning to do so, and now you are wondering, like, what are the most important elements of a complete and good Upwork profile, and what do you need to do to land your first job? In today's video, I'm gonna share with you a few little known Upwork profile tips that will allow you to land more clients or get your first client. The same tips that have allowed me to land my first clients, land clients on a weekly basis, and get to more than $5,000 a month in revenue every single month. So hey, this is Konrad, Yerba, Addict here, and let's get right into it. The number one thing I would recommend you guys when it comes to your Upwork profile is to go into your skills. There's a skills section in your general profile, but also for each specialized profile, you have a skills section. And then it says, Upwork says that you can choose up to 10 skills. But what I recommend you guys is to focus on just 2 to 3 or even 1. It depends on the specific skill that you're offering, on the specific work you're planning to do. But I actually recommend you guys to keep it to minimum. It's going to help you to be at the top of searches and rank a lot higher among different freelancers who have, chosen 10 different skills, even though, some of them you think might be related, but choose just the one that is like the most obvious and the most common skill that people search for when they are looking for someone to hire for a job that you can offer, for the work that you can offer to do. Tip number 2 is when you are applying to jobs, you're actually submitting proposals. Look at the client's name in his reviews. You can go into his reviews. Obviously, not everyone is going to have that, but I would say in 50% of cases, so half of the jobs postings, around half, are going to have that. And then you can go into his reviews and you can check if someone has left him a review. Some other freelancer that he's worked with has left a review where he mentions his name, like, oh, it was great working with Adam, he was a great client, or something like that. And then you can, when you're submitting your proposals, you can add a name when you say like, hey, and then you add John, or you add Eva. It's a small thing, but I would say it makes you, I very much saw that it makes you stand out among a lot of other freelancers who are not doing the same. The tip number 3 is to use attention-grabbing portfolio images. So in your profile, you can add portfolio items, and they can be in different form. They can be just case studies in a PDF. You can write the case studies yourself in the portfolio. You can just add an image. You can add a link. You can add it in a different forms. But the important thing is that the main image that it shows, like the cover image, is attention grabbing. It's either like some just a blank color, like one color, and an attention grabbing text. So some kind of text, like at the result of your case study that's impressive, or some other image that will just grab someone's attention. Because what many people don't know is that when clients search for, look at freelancers on Upwork, when they are trying to invite them or they browse through them, in some cases they can, instead of actually your photo, they can see the image of your first or most relevant portfolio item to the job they're looking for. So keep in mind about your cover image for your portfolio, because that can make or break your success when it comes to getting your first job or getting jobs in the future. Tip number 4 is to remember at the beginning to complete the 100% of your profile. So when you go into your profile, on the right, you can see how much percentage of the profile completion do you have? Do you have 70? Do you have 100? I think if you have 100, it doesn't show at all. But at the beginning, you're gonna see on the right that you need 50% more to complete your profile or something. And then there's an article I'm gonna link in the description, that Upwork article that kind of explains like what elements of your profile do you have to add in order to reach 100%. The reason it's very important is because the only way to get a raising status, the raising talent status, and top rated status on Upwork, which are like the 2 most important badges you can get, is to complete 100% of your profile. For top rated, you also need some other criteria, But for example, for raising status, that's like the one of the basic ones. You actually don't need to land any jobs to get it, as long as you're active and you do a couple of other things. I'm gonna also link article to that. You will get the raising status symbol, and then when you get that, first thing, you will rank higher. So when the clients try to invite you or they search, that you will appear higher than others. And also it makes you stand out because you have it written, like when they click, it says like, oh, this is a rating status. This is a raising star. So he's more popular than more other freelancers, so it gives you kind of a social proof. Tip number 5, remember to use relevant keywords in your title and the profile description. So on Upwork, you have the title, so that's like the short title that you can have to where you write like copywriter, like cold email copywriter, or I don't know, Python developer or something. So remember, it's very limited, but remember to focus more on the keywords there rather than maybe like standing out. I've tested both, and I think it's more important on Upwork to like rank higher and have relevant as many keywords that are relevant to your job there in your title, rather than say like that I have 10 years of experience or something. Just right. I would say just focus on the keywords, and the same goes in your profile description. Focus on writing as many relevant keywords that clients use when they post jobs, like the same keywords. Use it in your profile as much as you can. Even add them a bit at the end, or add them in some places that you wouldn't normally add. Just try adding them. So Upwork will, when you add things up, Upwork will rank you higher than other people when you do that. Tip number 6. Is to add a video to your profile. And what I mean by that is when you go into your profile, one of the things you can add is actually a video, and you can either link your YouTube video or Vimeo video. And I would say, just you don't need any fancy video. All you need is maybe 2-3 minute video that you recorded with a pretty solid camera. You can use your phone. Where you just kind of explain very briefly like what's your expertise and why should the client hire you. I would say in my experience, I did that. I would say in my experience that this is one very, very easy way to stand out, because most people don't have that. And obviously not every client is going to watch that, but those that do, that's going to also increase the value in the client's eyes and make you stand out, because a lot of other people, they don't have that. And in that even short video, you can kind of show a lot more aspects of both your personality, so you can be likable, so the client, will know a lot better if it's gonna be good working with you. And also you can very briefly state your experience, which when you would write it would take so much text, because speaking is so much faster. So I would say even if you were to record like a very short and easy to record video in like your in your living room or something, it's still a lot better than just not having one. And the last bonus tip is to increase your hourly rate. So what I would do if I were you is to look at other freelancers that offer similar work to you or the same work as you do, and look at their hourly and look what's like the lowest, what's like the highest, and try to slightly increasing your hourly. If you went with if you are right now more on the lower end, try bumping it up into more like the mid to high range, because obviously on Upwork and all the other freelancing platforms, there is a lot more people in the lower range, in the lower, pricing range. So a lot more cheaper freelancers. But there's still quite many clients who are looking for good quality work. And if you just increase your hourly rate, even though, you might not change other things, in the perception is going to be when they look, when they browse through different freelancers that apply to their job posting, or they are inviting them to the job posting. And, it's going to stand out that maybe like, 20 from 30 people have like $5 hourly rate, and then the last 10 have like, 50, and then maybe 3 guys have like 300. And 300 is also not too good, because that's like very, very premium, and you also need a very good profile to charge that, or like some social proof brand. But the medium range, medium to high, in my experience, has proved to be one of the most effective ways to stand out. So there you have it. These were all the tips that I have for you guys today. In the future videos, I'm gonna go into more detail when it comes to the specifics of like proposal, specifics on how to stand out in a different ways on Upwork, how to do the right searches, and some other important elements of your freelancing on your Upwork career. And before I go, I have the last question. Which of these tips was unfamiliar to you? Like, which of those tips was something new that you didn't know before? Please share in the comments. I will appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching today. See ya.